Welcome to the Jaguar F Pace. This is of course Jag's first attempt at an SUV, but I suppose the big question is not whether Jaguar can build an SUV, it's whether an SUV can be a Jaguar. This is the 2-litre 178 brake horsepower diesel engine. It's the 4-cylinder Ingenium engine we've become quite accustomed to, and it has 430 newton meters of torque, which is pretty handy whenever you want to get a bit of a shove on the motorway. 0 to 60 miles per hour takes 8.2 seconds, so obviously this isn't the most sprightly model. There's a diesel V6 option as well as a supercharged petrol V6. Top speed is 129 miles per hour. Kicking off, I have to say that the F Pace is a properly handsome car. Proportionally, it looks stunning. It's got this quite long bonnet, very blunt nose to it, and almost a teardrop shape to the rear as the shoulders hunch up and the roof folds away. Neat little details such as grills and little vents and intakes give it a really sporting look too. And dare I say it, I think it's probably the best looking SUV I have ever seen. Inside, it's your usual executive Jaguar affair. This car is in R Sport, which means we get these nice supportive leather seats with neat stitching. I quite like the two-tone black and cream leather of this specification. The interior feels very premium. You've got lots of glossy plastics, you've got this nice arc that goes across the dashboard that's become a bit of a signature of Jaguars of late, and you have JLR's latest touchscreen infotainment display. It's quite an intuitive display, it's about 8 inches, and it has all of your infotainment needs built in. There is an In-Control Touch Pro option that can be ticked, which gives you a wider screen. In the back, rear occupants will find plenty of head and leg room, though the middle passenger does have to straddle that transmission tunnel. There's plenty of natural light being let into this specific car thanks to its big glass panoramic roof. The boot is a gargantuan 650 litres, making this car rather practical. Okay, so it's got all the practical and family necessities for an SUV, but the question is, does it drive like a Jaguar? And the answer is yes. This car has all-wheel drive, but the bias is towards the rear, so most SUVs, when you're driving along, the front wheels pull the car along and the rear wheels activate as and when traction is lost. This car, it's the other way around. You'll find that the rear wheels push the car along and the front wheels come in when they're needed. Now, the benefit of this is that you have a really nice, focused, sort of apex grabbing setup to the car. It really does love to dive in towards the corner, really precise steering. Okay, not loads of feel, it has to be said, but it is a car that you can place exactly where you want on the road. This 8-speed automatic gearbox is perfectly happy to select its own ratios without too much faffing, but whenever you do decide to take control yourself, you'll find that the ratios come quick and fast as and when you ask for them. Though the F Pace loves its tarmac, Jaguar do insist that it has a decent wading depth and at least some off-roading credentials. Whilst the F Pace's ride might be a bit firmer than competitors, the trade-off is that it has rather good lateral body control. It feels sporty, it feels agile, it feels like a Jaguar to drive. Jaguar claim that this specific F Pace will do 53.3 mpg and emit 139 grams per kilometre of CO2. You can have the new Jaguar F Pace from £34,170 if you're willing to have just the rear-wheel drive model with a manual transmission. All in all, I'd say this highly anticipated SUV has acquitted itself rather well.
Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for more on the latest and greatest cars to hit the road. For all of the latest automotive news, written reviews and coverage from motor shows, go to www.insidelane.co.uk.